As a manager, I'm going to log into the system and I'm going to begin to assign charts to my coders. Hovering over the retrospective menu, I select Coder Profile Manager. This is the first place to go to assign your coders to the correct profile. If you're doing a single level of coding, you'll want to ensure that each coder has a level 1 placed by their name. If you're doing 2 levels of coding, you'll want to select the specific coders in which you want to put in level 2. By clicking on the coder name, you can select the appropriate level in the drop-down and select Update. To proceed with assigning charts to the coders, hover over the retrospective menu and select Coder Assignment. In the coder assignment, you'll see on the left-hand side the criteria for filtering your medical records. In the center of the screen, you'll find all of your coders available. The upper right-hand corner is the transferring of charts from one coder to another, and we'll review that shortly. If you're doing a single level of coding, this will default always to level 1. You have the opportunity to view all incomplete charts that may be sitting in coders' queues already by selecting this radio button and clicking the View option. This will bring up on the screen a list of any incomplete charts. In this example, we don't have any. Return to the Pending Chart radio button and begin to filter the records available for assignment. To refresh at any time, you can simply click the Go button and it will return your list of coders. You can filter charts by the number of pages, and now you'll notice that this number has changed. You can choose by priority, line of business, or chase list as applicable. You also have the opportunity to select the force member assignment. In doing so, it will assign all available chases to the coders identified, whether there is a chart available or not. Each coder will always receive charts for the same membership, no matter when they arrive in the system. You can simply deselect that if you want to assign charts simply by what's available. In the lower left corner, you also have the ability to search all your charts by any one of these criteria to assign them specifically. So I can choose provider name and search, and this will give me all of the providers in the system that meet the criteria. I can simply click on specific charts by using the checkbox, or I can select all of them, and then I can proceed to assign selected chases. By choosing a coder, Assign Selected Chases will now place those 2 specific chases in coder level 1. All of the items to the right-hand side of the coder name are blue hyperlinks. This means you can click on each one to see which charts are attributed to the various options. In this case, I can see that 7 charts are assigned. By clicking, it takes me to the list of which 7 charts are assigned to this coder and what the status is and when they were assigned. I also have a summary at the bottom that demonstrates the same information. I can export this list to Excel. I can go back. I can assign all of these chases to someone else. And I can proceed to filter down the list because I only want to see the charts that are extracted but are not yet completed. That means there's an available chart, but the coder has not yet coded the record. At any time, I can click Go to return to my main options. If I want to choose a random assignment, I can simply leave my filters defaulted, choose the number of items, and select the coder to assign them to. You can assign to all coders evenly. You can assign to specific coders. You can filter your list by a specific location as well. In this example, all my coders belong to one location, and so all would be the correct option. Should I determine that a particular coder's queue needs to be reassigned, either because they're on vacation, they've moved on to other opportunities, I can simply select the coder that I wish to transfer charts from. I can choose this from the drop-down list and say, I only want to transfer charts that are extracted and not completed. I want to transfer charts in an escalated to supervisor status. I can choose any one of the available options. And I can either choose to give them automatically to another coder, or I can clear them from the queue entirely and randomly assign them to all other available coders. This concludes the demonstration of the coder assignment module. I will now move on to show you how we can monitor reporting. Standard reports are available in the Reporting drop-down menu. Simply click on the Progress Report, and in the left-hand panel, you'll choose Coder. This will demonstrate by default the current week production for the various people who have coded records. I can see in the completed charts column how many charts were completed for the number of pages. If the coder placed any charts in an incomplete status, such as hold, it will demonstrate those in the incomplete column. I can click into this field to bring up the detail, which will show me the member, provider, date and time information, how many pages the chart had, and its status. This can be exported to Excel by clicking on the Excel icon. I can also export this master summary by clicking on the Excel icon here. I can change the display by dates. I can choose the previous week, the current month, the previous month, or a specified date range. In clicking date range, it'll open up date of service fields, and you can select those. These will demonstrate the coded dates by the coder and what meets the criteria. For a QA coding report, simply hover over the Reporting menu, select the QA coding report, and this will demonstrate the QA coding activity that has been completed. I can filter by a specific date range, and I can choose whether I want to see the QA date or the coded date. This will filter down the available records that appear on the screen. This master summary can also be exported to Excel by clicking on the icon here. To see the detail that goes into the information, you can click on the QA chart column to see the detail. By clicking on that icon, I can pull up the specific detail related to the chart that received QA. I can see here that it had 2 pages, that it was final coded at level 2. It's in a hold status for QA, and I can export this to Excel. I can also click in further to see the diagnosis code detail. This tells me that this diagnosis was confirmed, this one was removed, this one was changed, etc. I can also click on the Excel icon here to export this level of detail. If I choose to continue forward, I can click on the back button to return to the next coder. In the next process, I'll demonstrate how to assign charts to your QA coders. Hover over the retrospective menu and select QA coding. This will take you to the QA coding selection screen. At the very top, your first selection options are by percentage, And you can do these by specified location or all coders, or you can choose a specific coder. Select Fresh QA Sample to identify a new sample. Click the search button and it will demonstrate completed charts. Simply click on the Check All or on the individual charts you wish to assign. Identify the QA coder from the drop-down list and click Process Assignment. You'll notice that this now demonstrates that this chart was assigned just now to QA Coder 1. I can return to my search, and I can also proceed to review any charts in the assignment by a specific diagnosis code, by a specific set of dates, or if they were already QA'd, I can identify charts that were completed by a previous level of QA. I can identify charts by a Chase ID, a member ID, or a provider ID. All will take you to the same search screen to assign them to a specific QA coder. As a manager, you also have the capability to pick up any one of these charts and proceed with conducting the QA on your own. Simply click on that green circle checkmark to be entered into the QA Coding module. This concludes the managerial functions available in Centauri. Thank you.